This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Oh my, don't run over a woolly worm.
You know, we got such great response. We had so many suggestions about the weather old wives' tales that we did, and we just ran out of time, so we had to add some more. And of course, the most popular predictor of the winter apparently is the woolly worm.
Woolly worm, yeah.
The woolly worm.
The thing is right offhand, I can't remember if it's dark or if it's light, which it's going to be.
Well, the segment will tell you.
Oh, okay.
So pay attention.
Hey, I'm going to watch this one.
the segment will tell you. But you know, one of the funny things, this was hilarious. My sister, and this was funny to me because, you know, you're separated by 1,200 miles. So I've got folks back home that I grew up with and my relatives who are posting comments, and then I get the same old wives' tales in western Kansas, and it's like, so there must be something to it. All right, so my sister posted the one about hanging up a snake, and you kill a snake and hang it up and it'll make it rain, and we'll talk about that a little bit in the segment too. And so I had forgotten about that, and she and I were talking about it, and she said, and there was something about, you know, keeping it hanging till after sundown, and it may have been just to make sure they were dead, honestly. So then Dr. Jake starts, yeah, I know that, and he said, and it always works too. And so he starts listing the incidents where he and a buddy were like putting up fence or something. They kill a rattlesnake and hang it on there. And it rained that day, and it rained so hard they could hardly, you know, pass the road up to the fence line where the snake was hanging. And on the other side, it didn't even have a sprinkle. So this one is, we tested that and it's proven. We've got lots of testimony on that one.
Move over. I'm going to come sit with you and watch this one.
Oh, there's so much cool stuff in here. So just keep posting on our Facebook page. You know, friend me on Facebook and Frank, and look at our Around Kansas Facebook page, and we'll keep sharing some of those because there's just not enough space on the air to put everything. And then there's some not even related to the weather, you know. So there's about your hand itching and you're going to get money, or somebody's coming, and whether it's the right hand or the left hand, and you know, if your nose is itching, company's coming.
Yeah.
And all.
Find a penny. Is it face up or is it?
Yeah. So we can just go on and on. So
we could write a book.
We should write a book. In the meantime.
She writes books.
In the meantime, let's take a look at this. You're going to learn a lot. Old wives' tales predicting the weather have been around since old wives. Some have stood the test of time because they are colorful. But there's often a kernel of truth in those old sayings. Others remain unproven. A couple of those old tales seem to offer insights into the behavior of Satan. Like, if it rains while the sun is shining, the devil is beating his wife. Or, if it thunders while snowing, the devil is beating his mother-in-law. There are lots of concerns about the coming winter. If trees are full of acorns, it will be a hard winter. If the sunflowers are unusually tall, there will be a hard winter. The sunflowers have to be tall enough to peek over the snow so that the birds won't starve. If the squirrels are building nests lower in the trees, it will be a hard winter. But the greatest indicator of the weather is the woolly worm, and his power to predict the weather is amazing. Where the black ring is located on the worm indicates the most severe part of winter. If the ring is close to the head, early winter will be worse. If the worm is all black, watch out. It's going to be a really tough winter. If the worm is all brown, a mild winter is forecast. If the moss on the bottom of the stock tank rises to the top, it will rain. If it rains and the sun shines, the devil's domestic problems aside, it will rain the next day. Predicting rain seems to be the skill of not only flies and cows, as previously reported, but crows as well. Charlie Rainwater offered this little poem of prediction. Crows on the fence, rain will go hence. Crows on the ground, rain will come down. Turtles scurrying for higher ground is another indication of rain. But as for making rain yourself, simple. Kill a snake and hang it on the fence. Foolproof. And how long before it rains, or how long will it last? If the sun goes behind a bank on Friday, it'll rain before Monday. If the sun goes behind a cloud bank on Monday, rain before Friday. If it rains on Monday, it will rain for 3 days. If it rains at 7 a.m., it will be done by 11 a.m. If the raindrops are big, it won't last long. Thanks to our viewers for all these tips and more. Whether scientists have proven them or not, we are willing to bet there is some country logic behind them.
Out of time again. I'm Frank,
I'm Deb.
and we'll see you somewhere around
Around
Kansas.
Kansas.